Hey guys, so this is a video that will help you learn how to fill in a space using ZenDoodle or ZenDoodle. ZenDoodle is a specific type of drawing where it's a process. It's a specific type of process. ZenDoodle is a little bit more free, almost anything goes. So basically we're gonna kind of ZenDoodle, but I'll flow in a little bit of ZenDoodle. So long story short, there are two techniques. But if you guys remember, you've got a piece of paper with shading on it that you did, and we're gonna do some doodling with crayons in those different blocks of shades that kind of set off the shades in another way. It's like another layer. It's art on top of art, which is really neat. And you guys are studying the symbols of different languages. So some of the languages, the different languages around the world, when you write them and you see them in writing, they have symbols. Those are some of the most ancient languages that we have, started with hieroglyphics from the Egyptians. This is a Korean symbol you guys are studying, and I love that. It's beautiful. The teachers will probably have that on the board for you. This is a Japanese symbol that means life. This is the Korean symbol that means love, right? So I would love to see how you guys work these into your shadings and your drawings, just like this. A lot of times in the paintings that are from those cultures, they put those symbols up at the top on the left, or sometimes on the right or down below. So that's what I've done in this design, because I think that's cool. But you can put it wherever you want. You can make a pattern of a bunch of, you know, love and life around here, which would be really neat. So basically what I'm going to show you is how to do some basic ZenDoodling. So let's just pretend for a moment that this is your colored sheet. And this is your colored sheet, and I'm just going to show you how to fill in a space. So let's pretend this is the light blue. This is getting darker blue as we go, and you guys want to fill this in. I'm just going to show you a few things. The first one is pebbles, how to make pebbles. It's a type of ZenDoodle actually. You just make some circles. I'm going to go real fast here. You just make some circles that are real big, like this, kind of touching. Okay, and you fill in the whole space. So I won't fill in the whole space, but you're going to fill in the whole space. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make some tiny circles after that. So see how there's not a big one in there, and you just fill tiny ones in the corners? Before too long, when you're done, it's going to look like pebbles, okay? And you can see that. You can see this one up close too, that I did, the pebbles. So that's one thing. Another thing you can do is called crescent, where you just make some half moons. They're almost like little rainbows that you fill in. And you just go across the paper like this. I love this one because I think it looks like depth, like water. So you're kind of like deep, like a well water or something deep. You're just gonna fill them in like this. Okay, now when you're done with that, you're gonna do, actually the one over here, do one on the end over here, on the end of the paper. Pretend that's the end of the paper. Then you're going to do rainbows over them. So once you have that, now you just do rainbows, just like this. You guys know how to draw rainbows, right? So you just do little rainbows over them, just like this. And then you fit another one in. Yep, you can fit another one. So we're going to fit another rainbow. So we're doing the rainbow over each of those crescents. Okay, now they're starting to touch. When they start to touch, what I like to do is I like to just let them touch, but you don't go through it. So they touch and you don't draw through. So then once you do that and they touch, then you don't draw through. So you don't go through that. You leave it touch, like you can't go through it. And then you just keep going like this. And then when you get to a spot that's tight like this, sometimes you can just kind of do a little pattern in here to finish it off. You can even start to like shade it in if you want. And it starts to look kind of 3D, like you're looking down at something. So when you look down at that, you can see. So basically you're just doing rainbows, and then you kind of set it off. You know, there's another fun little one you could do that I did here that's just some like candy canes, like this. And then you just kind of do some stripes in it, just like this. And you can do one that goes like this, and you can flow them however you want. You can do one that kind of meets it, but you don't want to draw over it. You want to draw under it, okay, so that it's continuing to flow. And you flow it like this. It's kind of neat. And then this one you flow this way. So it looks like they're crossing. So it looks like they're crossing. And that's just a simple design. You can do another one this way. Again, we're going to go behind it this time. And this time maybe we curve it a little bit so it looks a little different. So that's another way. So The other thing you can do with a ZenDoodle is you can simply do a swirl. I love swirls like this. Anything you want, anything that comes to mind. And maybe like hearts. You can just do a pattern of hearts and you fill that space. What you don't usually do is then fill everything in with color. You just use the outline as the special part of the pattern. So that's kind of Cliff Notes version. Maybe in another Artrageous we'll go into more detail, but you guys can do that. And then certainly practice your symbol drawings within here. So like for instance, I love this one. I'll show you guys real quick. See this life symbol? So over here, when you make your symbols, and you may just want to re-emphasize those symbols, you want to kind of watch the pattern, and then you kind of repeat the pattern. And that's kind of, you know, saying the same thing. And if you can imagine, the people that write and read and learn this language can go very fast at this and are very accurate at this, just like you guys are accurate at your ABCs and so forth. So I think it would be neat if you think of all the different patterns you could do with these symbol languages. So this means life all the way across. So I think that would look really cool. And this is just an example with one up there. So any questions, ask your teacher. I can't wait to see these and see the product of these. I hope I get a chance to see them. They're going to be beautiful. Enjoy.